Admiral Tim and Felicia. We're sitting here at Chicago O'Hare Airport, which I've never been to in my life.
I've been here once.
Have you?
I have.
You're so worldly.
It's the hub of United, you know. No Delta here.
She's gonna cuss again. I could already smell it. So, what did you think of Chicago?
I loved Chicago.
What did you like about it?
Everything. It was clean. It had infrastructure, bike paths, walking trails, everything. I
grew up in
It was very
Philadelphia.
clean,
This
too.
is so much nicer, cleaner, well thought out, more space, a lot more green space here. And Tim and Deanna's apartment. I mean, they're like
Amazing.
bougie.
It's
I mean, don't let them
amazing.
tell you now that they're bougie. It is a beautiful little neighborhood. The Lakeview neighborhood is
The
called.
Lakeview, yeah.
We saw so many beautiful neighborhoods here. I mean, we didn't obviously go through the bad parts because we're scared. You know, we're old and I can't run as fast as I used to. But everything I saw, we saw a big part of Chicago.
We really did. We really did. Did you get
Especially our Italian pizza tour we took last night. We saw so much of Chicago. It was amazing. And what did you say? If you get a what?
If you get a chance to take that tour with Chicago Dave, I highly recommend the Chicago Dave tour.
We'll give you some highlights of Chicago Dave's tour, including his contact information and the Viator link in the comments below. But let's take a look at what we saw in Chicago. Oh, we're on our way to Seattle. For those of us complaining we're not doing cruise videos, yeah, this is getting there. We're getting from Alabama. We went to Chicago.
No, we went to Indiana first.
Well, we saw some people in Indiana. We don't talk about Indiana. Have you seen the average Indiana person? No offense, but dang. And so yeah, we're in Chicago now, flying to Seattle, and our cruise leaves in a couple of days. So let's take a look at what we saw in Chicago, including the Magic Bean.
Oh.
Okay, so the tour started at the Chicago Theater. It's kind of an icon, so you want to see this place. We couldn't get in. There are some tours that get in, but this is Chicago Dave, and he's the man.
I want you to feel like you got your hands on it, and you know what this city
And what's nice is he'll even take pictures of you, so you don't have to do selfies.
stories call and wraps around one whole city's lot.
Okay, so this is Marshall Fields. It's a legendary department store. Kind of started the whole department store thing, led to Montgomery Ward and whatnot. Now it's a Macy's, but it's still open, and he gave us a really cool selfie, too. He positioned this as well. You see some of the architecture, some of the amazing tall buildings that kind of inspired the buildings in New York. It really started in Chicago, which I was really surprised to find out. And, of course, is the obligatory Chicago popcorn stand check. And this is all included in your tour fees. And then you stop at the original Chicago Library, which has been the movie scene. It's been in several movies, including something with Kevin Costner. I can't remember the name of it. You probably know what it is. Put it in the comments here. But it's a beautiful building with a ton of Tiffany glass in it. Missing costed a fortune back then, worth billions now if you had to do it. But look at this thing. They cleaned it up during COVID so you could really see the colors of the glass pop.
I want to show you guys something over here by the windows. Come with me this way. Stop.
And then you'll head over to Millennium Park, which was once just a seaside parking lot. And they covered this thing up with tons of concrete and turned it into like this multi-billion-dollar park with one of the most famous tourist destinations in all of Chicago, in North America, as a matter of fact.
Foundation, and this is what happened with their money, is they built an amphitheater. There it is. It's the most famous thing in the entire Midwest. And so let me tell you what happened here. This is kind of a funny story. I think the artist designs this thing. Okay. And he says that it's a drop of liquid mercury where you can see your own reflection, and you can see the reflection of the clouds above you and the sky around you. Therefore, that sculpture right there is called the Cloud Gate. He named it Cloud Gate. That's what its real name is, the Cloud Gate.
So Chicago Dave will give you the whole rundown. It was initially a landfill after the Chicago fire. Then it turned into like this parking lot train depot. And eventually they paved over it with tons of concrete and turned it into this beautiful park. I guess Richard Daley back in the day, and there was a parking garage underneath it. And we also took the elevator. That was kind of neat, an interesting part of the tour. Something you always wanted to do in a big city, take public transportation. We loved it. So yes, the train fare was included. We did not have to pay the $2.50 fare. We got on the Pink Line and took it for a couple of stops and went to our next destination. But the trains are clean, they're fast, they felt completely safe. I don't know about nighttime. I haven't done it at night, but this was actually a really kick. And you ended up at Quincy Station, which was redone to make it look like it looked in the 1800s when this thing was built. And part of this tour is a food tour. So we stopped at Luke's, and they have something called Italian beef, which is really a Philly cheesesteak. I mean, they say it's not, but it is. There's a couple different variations, but Dave had to put some of this stuff, the hot dog, on a croissant. This is interesting because there's actually poppy seeds on the hot dog roll, which I've never tried before in my life, but it was surprisingly good. And those peppers, oh my God, they are hot. I don't know what kind of peppers they were, but I was literally crying. I loved it. So good.
Outstanding. Good. No surprise.
So if you don't want the hot sandwich, there's also a mild sandwich which has like a red pepper on it or pickled pepper, whatever that is. It's pretty good. Now here is the Sears Tower. Used to be the Sears Tower since the 70s when I worked there, and now it's officially called the Willis Tower. And it has one of the highest observation decks, if not the highest observation deck in the world, at 103 floors. You can look up how many feet it is and let me know in the comments, but it's pretty darn high. The elevator ride is a trip. The thing will make your ears pop. It moves somewhere between 18 to 23 miles an hour. We've heard some different estimates, but it does certainly move all the way up. Lots to see. We bought the express tour, which is about $62 a person. The normal fee, I think, is in the neighborhood of $40. If you do the $60 deal, you're able to skip the line and don't have to wait. There was considerable line there, and you can actually schedule your time as well. We're flying up here. Of course, it's not this fast. I speeded it up, but it's considerably faster, not on the elevator all day. And check out the views.
My ears pop.
And then there's this ridiculous thing called the ledge where you can actually walk out on this glass platform and stand on top of the city. It doesn't look like it's supported, but apparently it holds a whole lot of weight. It didn't collapse when I stood on it, but check it out. Oh, and don't drop your daughter on her knees like this ninny did.
Yeah.
Oh, and they will take a whole bunch of pictures of you and try to sell them to you on the back end. And to be honest, I didn't even look at them. I bought these pictures in Amsterdam. Wasn't impressed with them. You can do that if you want. If you have a big group, it's probably a good idea, but I don't know.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is there a weight limit?
10,000 pounds.
I can't hold you up here. 10,000?
Step this way. That's good. Hey, everybody get a little closer together and look up there at the
And basically, these 12-year-old kids will let you do basically whatever you want to do. I mean, you can act like a dang fool and take some really good pictures that you'll never forget. In Chicago, Dave mentioned a whole bunch of movie spots. This is where the Ferris Bueller parade was filmed in front of those red things there, and he shows you some pictures from the actual film.
Here's what's funny. You say, hey, Board of Trade, what do you guys do here? So what did we do to become such a big city? We traded food, like wheat leaves and corn cobs and grapes and apples. This is the horn of plenty, cornucopia. Yeah, we got food. We got a barrel of food. And so what did Ceres do? She traded the food. And how did Ceres do it? On ships and on trains. You got the big old anvil of steel over there. Chuck can see it from where he's standing. And there's a gear for the train and the engines. And she's even holding a railroad tie in her hand over there. So it's all about agriculture and industry. And what this tells you is that one of the guys, one of the traders, took this home with him. And this was these statues. He brought it to his house up in Lake Forest. It was there for 105 years. And then he was dead and gone, and they found it. And they're like, how did you get this to your house? no, you can't take these, and bring them back. And they brought them back here in 2005. You're giving this to these guys. You guys are giving this to Rico.
So the last stop on the tour is a food stop. It's where you get some deep dish pizza. And I didn't realize that deep dish wasn't really thick. It's not thick crust. It's actually thin crust. But it's just got the deep dish where it makes it look like a dish where it's up on the sides. It's actually pretty light crust. It's almost like a kind of a focaccia. But it's really, really good. And this place is outstanding. Some of the best pizza we actually had in Chicago. Look how thin the crust is there. And definitely try this place, this Beatrix Market, if you get downtown. Skip all the other names you've heard of. This is the place to go. And we didn't have time to do this. There's actually a beachfront. There's literally a beach here on Lake Michigan, and a lot of people hang out here. It was pretty crowded, both on, well, all over the weekend. There was the air show here when we were here, but there were people tubing and wakeboarding out there. There's all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, look at all the people on the beach here. It's a literal beach. I couldn't believe there was a beach on the Great Lakes. But this thing looks like and feels like an ocean from here. The water's teal. It's gorgeous. It's warm, I hear. But I'm definitely going to stop here the next time I hit Chicago. Oh, and there's this Navy Pier as well, which apparently has this big Ferris wheel and a lot of stuff to do, some restaurants and stuff. We didn't have a chance to do this, but definitely do that if you have time. We only had a day or two in Chicago, but if you want to take a boat tour and kind of explore the water, because it's gorgeous, the river and Lake Michigan, both of them here. And now we're at O'Hare.
Yes, I'd like fries with that, please.
Oh, in most cases, you don't have to take your shoes off. I had to take mine off because, I'm Admiral Tim, but most people are not taking their shoes off anymore. Love that. Come see Chicago. I think you're going to get a big kick out of it. It certainly is my kind of town. You've heard that before, haven't you?